اينشتاين بيقول التعليم مفهوش ملل، حط نفسك مكاني هتفقد الامل. ملينا المدرسه ونظام صب وكب، شرح طول الوقت عمل لنا دروب. يا استاذنا عقلي مش سبونج بوب، يشرب المعلومه وبعديها يكب. هنا في نوسكول طلعنا من الدروب، لعب مرح تفاعلات هتعجبك يا بوب.
نوسكول أكاديمي. Simply learn different.
Hello everyone, welcome to you in this session, our English session for today in Nowschool Academy, and I'm Mrs. Nihal with you. Today we're gonna complete Unit 3, which we had started the last time, and we're gonna take the vocabulary of this unit. Unit 3, by the way, is called Different People. So, as usual, in each lesson, we're gonna discuss the objectives that you are able to know by the end of the session. Let's see them together. The first objective is to analyze a blog post about a friend and to explain something about a sports star, which we call a description, and we are going to know what's meant or how do we describe someone in detail. The third one is to differentiate between likes and dislikes and to write about respecting diversity. And I call it the most important objective of this session. So let's get started, but before getting started, I want you to bring all your tools, as usual also, like the colorful pens and pencils, your notebook, your books, the school book and Muasir book for extra sheets and exercises, the laptop or the mobile or the thing that you are going to practice from it, the online session. Downloaded on it the application of the QR codes of the games that you like. Okay, so be prepared before starting. Okay, I know that you are ready now. Let's start the session, but first of all, we have this game or this QR code that you are going to scan using the application or go down below the video to visit the website or the link and do this pre-quiz. And I mean by the pre-quiz, that's something to refresh your minds. If you find anything difficult in it, you can delay it to the end of the session because you have the full freedom to replay and repeat whatever you want at any time. And this is the greatest advantage of Nowschool Academy, you know. Okay, don't be late. I'm waiting for you. Welcome back, guys. Tell me what about the activity and how was it? I know that you like these games, so you scored a very, very good result. Let's see the keywords that also I asked you to do and search for from the previous session. Let's see them together and then I'm gonna ask you and make sure you did this or no. The first one is scoring goals. These are the keywords that we are going to meet throughout the whole session, okay? So the first one is scoring goals. The second one is fans. What's meant by fans? Squash. Okay, can you see this? Okay, boring. Also, I remembered something now. I want you to repeat the pronunciation of the words after me. For that, I'm talking somehow slowly. So please pause the video after each word and repeat the pronunciation, okay? We have here, let's continue, sensible. The next word is sensible. Don't say it's sensible. No, not sensible. No. Next, brave. And then scary, scary, wheelchair, wheelchair, competition, competition, sports star, sports star. Did you look up these words in a dictionary or online for the meaning I mean? Okay, or just like this guy saying, I don't think that you are like that. Okay, guys, you're super great students. Let's see what's next. Let's move on to the next point. Here we have the vocabulary in detail. So we're going to discuss the vocabulary, their meaning, and a photo to illustrate what's meant by this, okay? The first word that we have today is sports star, and this is the surprise. Guess who? We're going to talk about Muhammad Salah. So please open your student's book on page 24 and follow with me. Try to pause the video and read this passage about this superstar of sports, our Egyptian hero and champion. And then we're gonna be back to talk about the other words. Okay, so what's meant by a superstar regarding the definition? The superstar is an extremely talented person in sports. It's not only a talented one, but extremely talented. Someone who is super wow, okay? And of course, no one is greater than Muhammad Salah in sports here in Egypt. We think this. Okay, let's see what's next. Here we have the word footballer, and it's also related to Muhammad Salah. So the footballer is someone who plays football especially as a job. He's not only talented, he took playing football as a job, okay? And by this, we come to pause the video, go and scan this QR code to have some funny information and amusing information about Muhammad Salah, a short video about him. Please watch it and return back and be back soon because I'm waiting for you. Here we have the next word, which is a team. And a team is a group of people or players forming one side in each opponents. You know what I mean? Okay, so again, in a certain sport, we have different teams, and the different teams forms two different directions and sides of the game. Okay? Let's see what's next. The next word is to score a goal. Score a goal means to win or to get a point in a game or a competition. To score a goal means to win or to gain a point. As you can see here, a group of people, and they seem to like what are they watching or seeing. So we call this fans. So fans are a group of people who extremely like and interested in someone famous or something. Okay? Can you tell me what are the thing or the football team that you support and you are a fan of it? The next word here is competition. Competition is an activity done by a number of people. And of course, each one of them try to do his best or her best to achieve the best results and win or become super upon all the others. This is called competition, okay? This word is somehow new for you, I know, but it's called tournament. Again, it's called tournament. And tournament means a kind of competition related to sports in which the winning teams became in front of each others. So the ones only who wins become highlighted to face each others at the finals, you know? Okay, so in the academic words or the definition that we are going to stick to, we can say tournament is a sports competition in which players who win a certain match or a certain game to play further, to continue playing further in the competition until just one person will win and left. He becomes the final winner. You got the meaning now? Let's see what's next. The second word is squash. Squash, of course, I know that you know it, and this is an animated photo. You can watch this funny player. Okay, so squash is a game in which two players hit a small ball. The ball is made of rubber, and they hit it against the wall, and they play squash in a place called a court using bats or rackets. Okay, so this is called squash. And I got affected, as this funny comic says, because this player is very funny. Let's see what's next. The next game is volleyball. And as you can see also from the photo, there is a net, separates two teams. So the volleyball is a game in which two teams hit a ball with their hands, okay? Or backward and forward over a high net. That's volleyball. The next word, this is adventure. As you can see, someone is playing a certain or doing a certain adventure. Adventure means anything unusual, anything unexpected, surprising, super amazing, strange. Okay? So when you do such thing, you do an adventure. And Ali Rabia is telling you that this is something pushing and something unsensible, okay? But I know that most of people like adventures. Okay, I hope that you got benefited from stopping at every single word and the meaning of it using a certain photo or picture. But please now go to page 30 in your student's book, pause the video and try to read the passage because from this slide, I'm going to discuss the vocabulary of this page. Okay, so please pause the video now and return back soon. Okay guys, after reading this passage, the new words related to this part is wheelchair. And as you can see from the photo, here is a boy sitting on a wheelchair. And of course, you know what's his name now. I'm gonna make sure that you read or know. Okay, so just please write down a comment of the name of a boy below the video. I'm going to see it and make sure that you watched or read the page. Okay, here is, I'm not going to say his name by the way. The wheelchair is a moving chair and it's used for someone who cannot walk or move. Okay, for handicapped people. Okay, let's see what's next. This word is called a blog. And a blog, simply, without saying all these words, it's an online diary. The notes that you have to write daily or day by day, the activities that you do all over the day, but instead of writing it in a notebook, you write it online. So this is called a blog, okay? And of course, I know that you are following a lot of bloggers nowadays. Let's see what's next. In this slide, we're gonna differentiate between two important words. The difference between being sensible and sensitive. Sensible means you are a reasonable and wise person. You know how to take the good decision. But sensitive, something related to emotions. You react with your emotions regarding something. And also, this is the simplest way to know the difference. To be a sensible person or to be a sensitive person. And this animated pictures show a girl that is crying. Do you think this is a sensitive or a sensible character? So please write down below the video the answer of you. Okay? And the other one, the yellow photo or picture shows someone who has to decide now and immediately which way to take. So he has to take and make the good decision. Is he gonna be a sensitive one or a sensible one regarding this part? Also write the comment for me. Okay, I'm waiting for your comment, but then we are going to move to the next point. The next word is secret. And a secret, of course, is something known only by just one person or a small group of people and hidden from the others. The next one is to pick up something. And as you can see the photo, someone is lifting or getting something from the ground. So to lift a person or something is to pick it or he or she up. Okay? The next word here is boring, and boring means not amazing, not interesting, not exciting, and I can see or somehow feel that some of you says now that things and a lot of words are getting and matters are getting somehow boring. So for this, my lovely students, I ask you to take a break, pause the video, go and play this game, take your time, then be back soon for me because I'm waiting for you.
ولأن شرب المية بيساعد على التركيز، دوس بوز وروح اشرب مية وتعال بسرعة، ما تتأخرش.
Welcome back. Someone of you came. The first one who came is Jerry, as you can see, and I'm happy of you. I'm pleased to see you, the first one, Jerry. Welcome back to our video. Let's complete the words, guys. Okay. The first word to start with after getting back from the game is to guess. And to guess means to form an opinion, to suppose something that you didn't know from before. Okay? Here we have someone who seems to be doing something nice, and he is loved from all the people. So when someone is such like this personality is called a friendly person. And the friendly person who is having an attitude that all people like. To be friendly means to be loved by all people, to behave in a good and honorable and respectable attitude. Here we have playing a video game. And from what you've read about Muhammad Salah, they say that during his free time at home, he likes to watch video games and playing video games. So this is the photo that emphasizes or illustrates this. To travel around means to move from one place to another, or actually, for the most accurate meaning, to travel from one country to another. But regarding our lesson, they say that Basil, the boy who was sitting on the wheelchair, travels around easily using this wheelchair around his school. Okay, so of course traveling around at school doesn't mean to move from one country to another. It's most likely to say move from one place to another. Okay, let's see what's next. Here we have a verb which is called to check. To check means to investigate or to examine something carefully. Investigate and examining something carefully means to check. Actually, I should stop at this word because in the last unit we have the opposite of it. So here we have a land or an island that is surrounded by water from all the directions. So the island is something or a piece of land, something related to the ground and land and earth, surrounded by water from all directions. In the opposite or on the other hand, we have the lake in the previous unit. The lake is a piece of water surrounded by land from all directions. Okay? The next word is features. And features means the structure, the form, the specialty of a person. Okay? The external appearance, the thing that you have the first sight of it when you look at something or someone. So this is called features, okay? I know that you have followed me a lot and we have a lot of words today because the unit is somehow big and I'm hearing some of you saying enough, enough. But do you say this actually? Okay, I know that you get bored from Miss Nihal or no? Let me know, write down a comment below the video. Okay guys, I love you too. And here we are going to continue the unit. And we are about to finish, by the way, so be happy of this. But please, here we are going to compare somehow confusing words. So please notice this. What's the difference between country and the country? Of course, country means a place in the world, like Egypt, France, these are all countries. But the country means the countryside or the poorest area that people live, like a village. Not only, I don't mean poorest by its accurate meaning. I mean that they have green lands, fields, villagers, as you know, okay? So this is the difference between them. And you have examples on this slide, by the way. You can read them carefully and know the difference from a context or a sentence. Let's move on. Do you know the difference between tall and long? Tall is to measure something from bottom to top. So it's a vertical kind of measuring. But long is a horizontal kind or way of measuring. To measure something from this side to the other side. So it's horizontal. But the opposite is of tall. Okay? Know the difference now. Let's see the other confusing words. Here is a dinosaur, as you can see, and we have a boy and a girl. What's the difference between this boy and this girl? The boy is not afraid of the dinosaur, but the girl is somehow scary. She's very afraid. She's a coward person. So the boy is a brave person, and the girl is coward, afraid, scary, not courageous. You can say this also. And you have here this animated video. I'm not that brave. The man seemed to be not brave at all. The next one. Here we have the difference between a glass and a glasses. Of course, the glasses that we wear when we have problem in our sight, but the glass is the glass of water, the glass of milk, the container that we put liquids in, okay? The difference between drawing and painting, and I know that it's somehow confusing for some of you. Drawing means to draw using a pen or a pencil, but painting using brush, using paints, it's something more artistic, okay? Let's see the following confusing words. Here we have the difference between whose and whose. Again, whose and whose. Do you notice any difference? For that, we call it confusing. Okay, I'm going to tell you. The first whose is the short form of who is. And we use it to ask about a person. Who is your father? Who is there on the next chair? And so on. But when we pronunciate it as a syllable word, we say it whose. And the other one is whose also. But this whose is used to ask about possession. Whose pen is this? Whose pencil is this? From where do we or can we differentiate between them? From the context, from the meaning of the sentence or the question itself. Okay? So don't get confused of this. Adil Imam is telling you that it's something simple. Let's see the other part, which is collocations with do and make. And we mean by collocations that something suitable more than the other. Some words are more suitable to be used with do more than to be used with make. So what do we meet in this unit? The most suitable for be using with do. Here we have do a sport, do things, do math, do art. Okay? What about make? The collocations of make sure, make a good decision, and by the way, you can say take a good decision. Okay? The next one, make notes. Also, you can say take notes. Make a poster. Don't say do a poster. Also, a very common mistake that some pupils or students say, I make my homework, miss. No, don't say this. Say, I do my homework. Because it's a collocation with do. Great. Let's move on to the next part. Please, guys, wake up and pay attention with me. We are going to move to something important. Here we have the conjunctions or the joining words. Actually, we have three words that we are going to discuss today. And, but, and because. And is used to add an extra information. So, here we have a sentence that says, I'm tired and I'm hungry. So we are adding an extra information. I like apples and bananas. I'm adding extra information. But is to mention something which is opposite to the other thing. He is short but strong. He is young but sensible or wise. So two things which are opposite to each other, and we join them using the word but. Let's see more examples. Here we have one more example related to but. I looked everywhere, but I couldn't find my book. I looked everywhere, but I couldn't find my book. Let's see because. Well, guys, the third conjunction with us today is because. Because is used to discuss something showing a reason. Okay, so when you want to show the reason of doing something, you use because. I went out because the sun was shining. I was absent because I was sick, and so on. So we have and, but, and because. And adds an information, but shows two opposite things, and because shows reasons. Okay, now get a break, pause the video, go and play this game regarding this part of the conjunctions, and be back soon. Hurry up, please, because we want to continue our session. Now? No, why enough? I have a surprise for you. We're going to see the children's books and stories that they mention in this unit. I told you that this is a very good unit, at the very start, okay? So I know that you like the idea of children's books and stories. We have some stories they mention in this book. So please, you can pause the video now and go to the student's book, page 23 or page 90 in the workbook. You may find some stories in children's books they mention, like Alice in Wonderland, Treasure Island, and Gulliver's Travels. I think we have 4 stories that they mentioned in this unit. You have the option also to go to the YouTube and get the trailers of these stories. You can download the whole movie to watch it later. You can buy the storybooks from any other website, or for the most surprising thing and the thing that makes me happy, that you already knew these stories from before. And I know some of you likes reading, so please write down which one of you have the story or which one is going to watch the film down below in the comments, please. Okay, after pausing, reading, and writing the comments, we get to the listening part of the unit. So please listen carefully to this audio track and then follow it, because we're gonna talk about this awesome girl and champion. Okay, listen carefully, please.
Student's Book, Unit 3, Lesson 2, Exercise 6. Listen and circle the correct words.
My favourite sports star is Doha El Hobeishi. She plays volleyball for Egypt. She's very tall. She's 180 centimetres tall. She's strong and she's fast. She can jump very high. She's friendly. She always has a big smile.
After listening to this girl, and of course to make sure that you listen, please write down what's the name of the girl in the comments. Just to make sure, I'm not going to mention her name. Pause the video now and go and play a game, and then let's talk after this. I know that you get bored quickly. Hurry up! Is anyone there? Guys, hey! Are you there? Come back! Come back to tell you another thing, please. Okay, the last one, the last mission, the last exercise. Scan this code, do it, and return back. Thank you so much. Thank you. But tell me why. Why are you saying this like Ala Waliddin? Why? Because you played a lot? Okay, right now we are going to summarize what we have taken in the whole session. Let's remember together what we have discussed today. If you remember, dear guys, we've discussed talking about our superhero Egyptian star, Muhammad Salah. We talked about his likes and dislikes. We described his character, and we talked about Dua al-Shurbagi, which is the player or the championship that you've listened in the track. We talked about what? Let me remember with you. Great, the conjunctions and but and because. And we said what regarding them? And adds information. But shows contrast. What's meant by contrast? We express two opposite things using but in the middle, or its adjoining word for opposites. And because shows reasons. Great. And the last thing that we talked about was the collocations between do and make. Other than talking in very detailed way about each word, the meaning, and the picture that illustrates and emphasizes it. Hope you enjoyed this session, but let's go to the value and the ethical part of our session before we leave. Our value today is about sports in Islam, because I couldn't skip talking about all these superheroes and champions in sports and not mentioning such value. You know that there is a prophet saying, says, قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم علموا أولادكم السباحة والرماية وركوب الخيل. صدق رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. So you know that a sound mind is in a sound body. So please stay healthy, stay fit, do sports as much as you can, and learn different types of sports, because this was saying that I just said in English, in Arabic called العقل السليم في الجسم السليم. So this was our value for today. Let's see what's next. Listen to Hinedi please and follow the orders. Okay? This is the homework part, and the homework of today is the workbook pages 89 and 92. I'm going to follow it with you on the recorded session of Zoom, and if you have any questions or any comments, just write them for me. If you meet any difficult part, also please tell me, okay? I'm with you. Finally, please do this by the end or the end of each session. I'm going to ask you about something to be prepared for the next one. So please be prepared with these points for the next time. So search for the present continuous tense, prepare yourself in it. Prepositions of place, there is and there are, and what we call imperatives. If you know it, it's okay. If you don't know, just have a look on it, and we are going to discuss it in detail next time. Okay? Finally, we get to the end of this session. I look forward to seeing you very soon. Hope you enjoyed this session. Goodbye.
نتمنى من كل قلبنا الحصة تكون عجبتك، وبنقول لك ما تنساش تحل الكويز اللي في المصادر، وكمان تقيم الحصة تحت في التعليقات. منتظرينك في اللايف في حفظ الله.